Stanley is now gracing us with his enduring presence. He has come into his own office. Let's get right to the Commerce Committee yesterday. Labor and Commerce in the Senate. Frank Wagner breaking the tie, or making it a tie, a bill crossed over, a bill by Ben Klein, House of Delegates member Ben Klein, to allow the purchase of health insurance over state lines, one of the linchpins of Trump's health care reform. In the Labor and Commerce Committee, it was 7-6. Wagner, who's the chairman running for governor, York County for governor, weighs in, votes no, makes it 7-7. It dies in committee. Then we look up and he's received $250,000 from health insurance companies since he's been there. I'm not going to make one tie to the other, but that really was odd to me. What's up with that?
Well, I think, first of all, he wanted to send it to the Health Reform Commission, the HERC, as we call it. So really,
so it would die there.
No. What it would do there, that's a commission that does studies and then comes back with reports to the General Assembly the next year. So his suggestion, because look, 2 years ago I carried that bill, and 2 years ago I appeared before the Commerce and Labor Committee, and the insurance people said can't do it under the ACA. Just impossible. ACA prevents buying health insurance across state lines. So my bill died in the Senate in that very committee. This year, we still have the ACA. Of course, we're hoping and praying that the dismantling of it and the reformation of it is going to occur on the federal government side. And so I think Frank, I don't want to speak for Frank, but I think Frank's position is that maybe the cart's before the horse a little bit fast. Although, Ben's bill was a very good bill. Ben's bill was to have something in place if and when it occurred, so that we could open up the marketplace to be able to buy insurance and have insurance companies compete and not have these kind of territorial monopolies that they do. We have to buy from one or two, and that's about it. And so it's a very good bill. I think what happened was, and I voted for the bill to report out to the full Senate. And I voted against PBI, which is called pass by indefinitely, and to send it to the HERC. I think it's right. But certainly those that voted in the nay position, I think, and especially Frank's, was let's have a study. Let's make sure we can do this. Let's make sure it's going to be creating a competitive marketplace. And the best place to do that is the HERC Commission. Now, I'll remind you, John, the HERC is the one place where they had Medicaid reform studies that were very effective in saving money for the state in waste, fraud, and abuse matters. And so those reforms, during the whole expansion of Medicaid debacle that was going on years before, that was a very effective committee. So it's not some dumping ground for bills. I think it is a very effective committee that continues, that was formed by the Speaker.
It's not a graveyard.
So, no, it is not. So, I don't make excuses for Frank. I'd spend a lot of time here doing that. But I think that's his reasoning. It wasn't to kill the bill necessarily. It was that maybe it wasn't ready for prime time just yet, and perhaps next year, if there was a summertime where that HERC Commission could study it, and the Health Reform Commission made some conclusions, that bill would probably garner more support and have some factual basis behind it. But I supported the bill, so I'm talking about why someone else didn't.
Senator Stanley, a very riveting, waxing, eloquent, salient, succinct, and cogent defense.
I can't even spell half those words.
Colleague and person he supports for governor, Frank Wagner. Very, very cogent there, Bill. Waxing, eloquent. As soon as he comes in, that's very difficult to do.
And when we're done, I'll be waxing my legs. What does this mean? What does this mean?